Just going to set the tone for this video. It is aimed at beginners. So yeah, basic tools, basic way of doing things, that's what it's going to be. Don't be coming at me in the comments and saying, because I don't care. First things first, making sure your screwdriver fits, remove the old grip. Have a receptacle handy for those screws because they vanish. There we go, pop the old grip off. Plastic, wood, recessed, flat, bulge, bugger. Not going to fit. Looks like it should fit. Come on, there we go. Looks like it should fit beautifully. Couple of places where it doesn't fit. One up at the top, two, got that bulge. Modifications required. Now on the other side, you can see I've already fitted one. However, it's not flush. There is a gap, which I'm sure you can see. There we go, down at the bottom. Bit of a pain. One of those things. Oh, by the way, always make sure your gun's safe. You can see there's no CO2 cartridge, but really should have ejected the magazine and then rack it. See, nothing. Happy? Good. Come on. Oh, bloody 1911s. There we go. Love a work grip. Right, so what do you do? Well, you've got to work out how you're going to do it. What I would suggest you do, you've got to allow for that little bit down the bottom. See, I'm saying a little bit. So what I'd do is, I would go from hole to hole. Oh, by the way, first things first, when you get your old grip off, when you have your new grip, at least one of the reasons the ruler is there, measure center to center. Being American based, it's probably going to be 3 inches. Oh, not quite. 3 inches and 1/16. Americans, love you. 3 inches 1/16. Measure center to center. 3 inches 1/16. Beautiful. Last thing you want to be doing is trying to force one of these on, because yeah, there's not a lot of material around these holes, and yeah, you're going to break something, either your gun or your grip. Don't do it. So, what was I saying? What I was saying was, you've got 2 ways of doing it. 1, measure that. 2, measure it on your actual grip. Up to you. Up to you. Completely up to you. I am going to do a combination of the 2. So I'm going to do my 3 inches and 1/16. I'm going to measure down to, what's this? 3 inches and, what's that? 3 inches and 3/8. 3 inches 3/8. Measure down. Oh, come on. So much easier if you actually have one of your vices free to hold it in, but unfortunately I don't want. There we go. Now, is that parallel to the bottom? Is it parallel to the bottom on this grip? Yes, it is. So we can follow that across. Outline. You can do quite a few pencil marks and things when you're working on the back of it, because it's the back. Only you need to know about it. Unless you're a perfectionist, in which case just rub it out, sand it off, whatever. So then the overall length is, let's allow 1 inch for clearance. The hole is offset, of course. So I just dislike the imperial system, which I know we invented, blah blah blah, whatever. I hate this. So 5/16. Yeah, 5/16. So measure. Right, lovely. So what we need to be looking at now is how much meat there actually is. That's the recess to clear around that and there. It's a reasonable amount of meat. So I'm not terrified of cutting it out, but at the same time I'm not monumentally happy. Alright, remember, not everyone's got a bench, so I'm doing this little setup as you would try and do something at home. And yeah, okay, not everybody's got a vise. Look, get yourself a vise, okay? I'm assuming that you got chisels. Just go easy. There is no crime in taking off too small an amount and having to take it off, try it, take it off, try it. There's a big crime in taking off too much and it all falling apart. Inevitable lost footage. Try again. Right. You've got to find some way of holding your grip. Yeah, and it's tapered, so it's not just going to sit in the vise. Clamp, whatever you want. So I have got this dowel screw. Just so happens it fits perfectly. What I would suggest you do is use a bolt, nut and bolt. Wind it through. Piece of wood. There we go. Slightly on. There we go. It's not going to go anyway. Perfect. I would put one this end. The thing is, it's right by where I'm working. Probably going to get in the way. Yes, this setup looks a bit Heath Robinson because my normal vices have got stuff in them. Moment. And I'm trying to just do a 5-minute job. Which of course is going to take me way longer. Remember, bring your chisel down because you're not taking a huge amount of material out in each go. The sharper the angle you have your chisel at, the deeper it's going to go and the more chance there is of breaking your piece of wood. Right, you get the hint. Okay, so we've got the bottom part way there. Now we need to be able to trial fit it. We can't trial fit it because there's an issue up at the top as well. So you can see here, when we pop it on, it's not clearing. God's sake. So you can see when we try and pop the grip on, like, come on, line up. So, there we go. It's not clearing here. I mean, it's close. Focus. There we go. See, it's pretty close, but unfortunately, it ain't perfect. At all. Nowhere near. So, got to remove some wood, haven't we? Fortunately, we do have the original still. So, if we pop them over the top of each other, they're not terrible. Angle at least is the same. It's always a good start. This piece here, the original curves away. Pop it on top there. And you can see actually there's quite a lot of difference. I'm hoping I can get away with just reshaping this corner here. Hoping. But yeah, that's a lot of difference. It really is. On the other side, That's how the grip looks. Yeah. So the problem is, if you take a lot of material off and you look down at the back, it's, oh wait a minute, it's already higher, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah. Okay, so Mark 1 eyeball playing games. That looks like it's in line with the slide. No, it's Mark 1 eyeball playing games. Yeah. That clear. Let's go for reshaping that, but leaving this outer piece, at least for the moment. See how that goes. I'm going to use this because I can control it a lot better than a larger saw. See, there's my line there, so I'm going outside of it. Basically nowhere near it. Cut down to it rather than chisel. Ooh. I'm now wondering what this wood is, because that stinks. I'd say that's not irritating with that bit of pine, but hey. Okay, right. File. Second cut file, blind face. Yes, a file on wood. See me. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Oh, you little sod. Corner there. I'm going to round that off. Again, blind face there, because we don't want to do anything to that edge. Oops. Round that face off as well. No, I haven't got it in the vise. Yes, that is intentional. Curve off this edge. slipping off every now and again and hitting this bit, but that doesn't matter because I also want that curved off. It's not I'm happy with how sharp these edges are. Okay. That looks a bit more 1911-y. No, still not. Go on. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'd have said, personally, that needs a bit more taken out down here. And needs a bit more investigation up here. It's going to hit the safety catch. Oh no. Okay. That works. Okay, how about the side open? Okay, everything works. There you go. Right. I'm looking down. I can definitely. I think you just saw it then, a flash of light. There you go. Look at that. There. That needs sorting out. We're not flush at the top. You can definitely see that. Ugh. No one likes to look down the muzzle. We're actually better down at the bottom than we are at the top. And they're so well welded itself on. There we go. I'm going to take more material out down here. Then I'm going to carry on looking at the top. I think we need to ease this away a bit more from these. Turned out I was wrong, but I needed to take a bit more material out down the bottom. Absolutely fine up at the top after I made that modification. Just needed to be a bit more brutal with it when I pushed it together. So the underside of it, oh, it's such a good fit now. There we go. That's the cutout there. That's just chisel finish. Just remember, by the way, when you're chiseling, when you're going along, stop. Don't keep whacking it at this point, otherwise you're going to risk chasing through and bust out the bottom, and no one wants to bust out the bottom. Simple as that. Don't do it. So yeah, just be careful with that. As soon as you get to there, stop, turn it round, in, like this, okay? Because yeah, the last thing you want to do is keep skidding. Same with here, stop, turn around, go, like that. Joy of chisels as well, if you're not confident with using a hammer, you can use them as a scraper and just gently remove material, but the same rules apply. Stop well short, okay? Am I going to finish this off with a bit of sandpaper? Yep, more than likely. So don't forget that there. That is file finish at the top. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I probably will finish that off with a bit of sandpaper, but what I do just want to do, so on and there we go. Just for God's sake, make sure it's definitely empty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that one screws back on. Come here. Now just remember, these things are horrible little screws with a horrible little thread that likes to strip. So just be bloody careful, okay? It feels like it's about to go righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, then stop. Just do not strip the threads. It's not worth it. Not worth trying to solder them either, just to try and get that last little bit, because they will probably strip. Celebrate the chaos. There we go. Right, I am going to work on this side. Focus on that. Don't be tempted to use a screwdriver to pop it off. If it's tight, you'll probably bust it. Same thing again, same bulge, same lack of a recess. So, do it all over again. Sit it on that. There we go. Right, so measure, same thing as last time. Measure, measure, marky, marky, chisel, chisel. Right, let's cut out. There it is on the gun. And no daylight. Beautiful. Pop the teeny tiny screws back in. Huge head, tiny shank. That's what makes them scary. Because you can look at that and you can think, oh, it's got a big head on it, I can put a load of torque on it. Don't, for God's sake. Remember, it's a CO2 gun. Doesn't need a lot of torque putting on the screws. There we go. Very, very nice. Very nice. Yep, happy with that.